Hi, and welcome to the Saturday Night Sleepover podcast. I'm your host, Charlie, and I started this podcast because I'm good at two things. One, making friends, and two, telling stories. So you get to participate in that by listening. Welcome to the Sleepover. It's Saturday night. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Sleepover. I'm your host, Charlie, and today we're joined by a new regular guest, Trevor. Hi, Trevor.
Hey.
What do you want the people to know about you?
Hey, so yeah, my name is Trevor. I am a therapist, been a therapist for a little while, social worker for like 10 plus years. Married to my beautiful wife Shan and got two crazy kids.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Trevor and I met each other in college, but coincidentally, we could have been babies together.
Absolutely.
We could have gone to daycare together and wouldn't have known.
Yeah, no, I don't think we would have. Like the first conversation I think I remember us having, we're walking out of what's her name, Sister Rama's class.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, let's be friends.
Yeah, right. So, and then there was like me, you, and then we had a third friend, Kaylani, and we were like inseparable and always I was like, how am I going to describe Trevor's and my relationship to like the world? And I was like, we were just like pushing whatever limits BYU would let us in our young little hearts. And we would do things ridiculous. Like we weren't breaking the rules because we're also like extreme rule followers and people pleasers.
Yep.
But we would want to have adventures. So we would like for example, going to BYU, one of the rules is that you can't have members of the opposite sex in the same building after a certain time of day, which seems really random to me now.
Yeah.
But we wanted to watch movies, so we would just like we had this like tradition where like every weekend we would try to find a cool place to watch a movie, and we found some cool places. One time we jumped a fence and went and watched a movie in the softball dugout.
Yep.
Um,
You at the top, like your pants got stuck or something at the top.
I'm horrible at hopping fences.
We were in the dark trying to get over, and like you like hooked like the hook of your pants. Or something
Yeah, I was like hooked to the top of the fence. Just like hanging there. I was like, this is a poor choice.
Yeah. Poor choice, but we persisted.
We did. And one time we just sat on the side of the road.
Yeah, I just like
and
we couldn't be like on campus past a certain time, and
yeah.
So Herb was like as close to on campus as we could be without being campus. So,
Yeah.
like,
So we watched a movie literally sitting on the curb of a road. Why were we such weird kids? Anyway, that's just beautiful how beautiful the our friendship was. In our young little hearts, we were like, let's do something crazy. But
this was pre-mission, so I was like uber duper Mormon.
yeah.
Like still trying to follow all the rules while also I'm gonna be a rebel. So
Yeah. Ooh, that was good.
times, honestly.
So
Sorry,
anyway,
not a beer. This is a Celsius, just so you're aware.
oh, that's fine. If you wanted to drink a beer, you're allowed.
No, that's for.
But also, it's like
that's for Pat.
The evening, and you're drinking an energy drink. I feel concerned for you.
I got ADHD. This helps me stay present. So, like, I will fall asleep in a little bit. Like, we're good.
Okay. All right. So now that the people know that we were wild youths, how was your day?
It was a good day today. It was a good day. You know, did some therapy. And that's honestly about it. Came home, made some Papa Murphy's pizzas, and I think that's literally it. Kind of a boring day.
Yeah, but I mean, same. I had a boring day, except for I just had to get some things I'm in like the like at the edge of the chasm. How do you say that word?
think it's chasm. Chasm.
I think it's chasm. Anyway, I'm like at the edge of the chasm of like busy season. Like it's pretty much starting like this weekend.
Fun, fun.
So I was just like trying to like make sure I had a day of like trying to make sure all my ducks were in a row. And I feel like this week I have been like I've had something to do every night of the week this week. And so I just feel like I didn't get very much rest time. Like cause on Monday I don't remember what I did, but then on Tuesday I went like we went an hour away. Like I live in a smaller area, but then like an hour away there's bigger stuff to do. And so we went like an hour away for my friend's birthday and we went to a karaoke like place where you could rent a room
Hmm.
and with your friends and just sing karaoke for as long and you like pay for the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was my first time going to that place, but like everybody that I went with had been there before, so it was like the best situation to like try it out for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's like with my karaoke friends. Like I have
I,
I feel like such a nerd say this, but I have karaoke friends
I love it. I love it.
where we just like try and hit up all the karaoke's that well at least as long as they're good that we
Yeah.
can.
I mean, there probably are some really terrible karaoke's out there.
Yes, there are some very terrible karaoke's. I didn't think that there would be a terrible karaoke, but there is.
I,
I've only recently, like in the last year, picked up going to karaoke. I'm not like a karaoke aficionado or whatever.
yes. I am too scared to do it in public. I can't. Like I try to tell people that I don't care what people think, but I really, really care what people think. And so I don't think I could ever get myself to do karaoke. I don't think.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I just maybe it's never been scary to me because, like, I just feel like existing in my like who I am is
Yeah.
already
Hmm.
like a challenge for some like people. Like they either you get me or you don't, and so I feel like I'm like, well, there's I ain't got nothing to lose. I might as well get up in front of everybody and do something stupid.
See, like I love that perspective. Like for me, like I have so much going on. I need to calm this down. I need to like for people to see somewhat normal, a normal side of me. I promise.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I could sympathize because everybody's been there where you're like I feel that way whenever I'm like about to be like in a networking situation with like a small group of people where I don't know where everybody stands with everything. So I like kind of sometimes feel like, ooh, I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah.
know, I don't know what to say to you.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I get that way when it's like in a smaller. But if it's like doing something stupid in front of a group of people, like
Hmm.
I'm not scared of that for some reason. I don't know why.
I guess it just depends. It depends. Karaoke is just one of those things where I'm like, no, that's like one step too far for me. I'll do lots of things, but like that is just I can't do it.
Yeah. Well, um, if you came to karaoke with us, you wouldn't actually have to sing if you don't want to. So, but
I
you do get the benefit of like hanging out with the vibes. And I
yeah.
think the vibes is like half of the fun part of karaoke.
The vibes. Like I'm all about vibes. Like honestly, like I'm with a group of friends and I have a couple margaritas. Like I'm good. Like I will be I'll be down. I get everything I just said.
Um that that reminds me of whenever I went out to Utah and we went to the bowling alley and we tried to order drinks and first of all it took like 5 hours for them to bring four drinks out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then when we started drinking the drinks, they had no alcohol in them.
Juice, like straight juice. Like I think
Should we even pay for this? And then Shan went up and was like, I'm not paying for this. It doesn't have alcohol in it.
Yeah,
You can take it back.
there's nothing here. Oh,
I thought that was like the most baller move. I was like, I would never be able to like be confrontational. I'll be like, no, just take my money. Sorry.
yeah. No, she's not scared of that. 100%. If it's wrong, she will return it, and I use and abuse that.
Dude, the like not that long ago, I went and I found a hair in my food for the first time ever. Like that has never happened to me before, and I was like at the end of like a already bad day at work, and then we drove over to another like the other town after work, which is like an hour away, and like I I think we had to go over there for something else. Like we had to pick something up at a specific store or something.
Mhm.
But so we were like, all right, we drove all this way. Let's go get good food. And so we went and got good food. But then it had a hair in it. So I'm like, already like it's past 7 o'clock and I haven't eaten anything. And I had a bad day at work. And then I look down and there's a hair in my food. And I'm like, if I return this, it's going to get spit in. Like, I know that. I've seen waiting. I know what happens.
So do I deal with hair or spit? Like, what do I
So like I was like, I'm just not gonna eat. And it's like a place that has free rolls. And so I just like kept eating the rolls. And Cole was like, you have to eat something besides rolls. I'm like, it's fine. I'm just gonna eat these rolls. And I'm not even supposed to eat rolls because I eat gluten free most of the time. Well, I call it gluten fluid. But if you put like hot rolls in front of me, like there's no telling what is gonna happen.
Yeah, no, give me some like Texas Roadhouse rolls, some like
Mm-hmm.
rolls from like Red Lobster. Like that's all I.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on. Anyway, so then by the time like the waitress comes over, I was just like crying. And she looks at me and she's like, are you okay? I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm just having a bad day. And then I followed their tire of my food and I don't know what to do. This has never happened to me before. She's like, oh, this has never happened to me before either. She's like, do you want me to remake it? I was like, no, no, I'm good.
No,
I'll just eat rolls.
I'll just take it out.
And Cole's like, please go remake that for her.
Oh no. No, 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 no. I remember we went to with a group of friends. We went down to this African restaurant, and it was like my sister-in-law. She had like hyped us up. She's like, "This is like the best place." And they come out, and it's kind of all brought in front of you, and you're supposed to eat with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
We go down, and we start dishing up, and like I swear to God, like there was a long, thick black carrot. Like it had to be like this long, like swirled all in the middle of it. Like it
Oh.
just kept going, but it was thick. We didn't eat. Like, it was, no, this is disgusting.
It's too much.
It, the whole thing, it was just like it kept going, and it was awful.
Oof. No, no, I can't do it. Mm-mm.
Um,
Well, that had never happened to me before. And then it just was the right circumstance for me to cry about it. I'm
yeah,
glad that there was no crying involved with yours. And you probably had Shan there to like be like, no, take this off our bill.
I mean, literally, like everybody else at the table is not like me. They will 100% say like, "Hey, we need a new one," and so like I was good. Like my sister-in-law, my sister-in-law was going to be someone else. Like, and it's just me.
You were lucky that day.
I was very lucky. Man, what's like the worst customer service experience you've had?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the very first thing that comes to mind was a situation at work. Um, I manage a bunch of employees, like 40 seasonal employees,
Yeah.
and so they have to like switch shifts. So we had this app that was for them switching shifts so that they could like be responsible for their own schedules.
Mm-hmm.
And so like we used it my first year and it was lovely and it worked just fine. Then the second year we had all of these problems and like employees couldn't see the schedules. They were like only seeing like their news feed was like not
Mhm.
updating, and they looked like they were like in a company on their own, and I'm like, this is not working. And so I just kept submitting to like IT tickets or whatever, like every day.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, please fix this. Like, I need it to be fixed so that my people work
Hmm.
well, like
Yeah,
the way they're supposed to.
yeah.
I rely on this. And so eventually, like they, the IT people just kept referring me up to the boss, whatever.
Hmm.
They're like, we can't figure out your problem. And I'm like, I can't either. So, but this is your problem. I can't, like, it's
Hmm.
not a thing that I can fix. And my people did everything they were supposed to do. And it's not their fault that their profiles are messed up because of something in the back end. Like, I can't, I can only troubleshoot so much and do the exact same thing over and over again until whatever. Anyway, so it just kept going up and up and up and up until finally I have this like Zoom call, and it's with the CEO of the company, and he's like, you're having these problems, and it's just not a thing. That's not a thing, that's a problem. And I was like, well, I can show you right here on this on my phone like where the problem is, and I have personally seen my employees have problems with it, and I've done everything you said. I've logged them out, I've logged them back in. I like it still is having problems. I don't know what you want from me.
Hmm.
And then the employee or the CEO of the company was like, well, your employees are lying to you because they don't want to come to work.
What?
And I was like, no, they weren't. Like, I have been the one on their phones using your app, and it wasn't working. So I'm going to suspend my subscription now. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I got gaslit by a CEO of a company one time.
That's wild. That's
Yeah.
wild. Do we get to know the name of the company, or are we not name dropping?
I don't know. What if they want to sponsor my podcast one day? I
True.
guess I wouldn't want to sell it. I mean, because I don't believe in their product, but I don't
Money
know.
is money.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
If they're gonna sponsor, like, take them. Just kidding. No.
I always tell everyone, well, you know this because you listen to the show, but
Yeah.
if I ever get sponsored by Riverside, you know that I've sold out.
Yep. Yep. Like, it's such a. Dude, can we swear? I almost swore. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can. I don't care.
Such a shitty thing that, like, to make money you need sponsorships, but there's so many shitty companies out there. Like,
Yeah,
so many. And so it's like, to make money you kind of have to sell your soul a little bit.
yeah. Well, I mean, I do feel like if like I don't have a sponsorship right now, so I can't speak to how I would feel in that situation. But I feel like if I get a sponsorship, it's like has to be something that I'm like don't think is evil, you know?
Right, right. I don't even know who I'd be okay with. I'm mad at it.
Yesterday I went and guest on another podcast. Shout out District 3 podcast. And it was funny. They were talking about I was like, they were asking me about my goals for the podcast, and I was like, well, I spent 2024 with the goal of like figuring out the business side of a podcast and like educating myself on that because like since I started this podcast, I was like, what if somebody wants to hand me a check to do what I'm doing? Like, what am I going to do with that check? I have to figure that out. And then ever since I figured it out, I've been able to like figure out more creative things to start including in the podcast, like the news segment and like different guests and things like that. But anyway, so I said, well, when I said, uh, if somebody hands me a check and I needed to know what to do with that on their podcast, then one of the hosts was like, if you don't know what to do with it, just ask him for cash. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
For reals, though. It's like, give me the money. I'll figure something to do with it.
And then that also reminds me of a story from today at work. My coworker was selling his motorcycle, and I was like, "Oh, did you sell your motorcycle?" And then he told me the story about selling the motorcycle, and I guess when the guy like test drove it and stuff, and then he came back and he's like, "Okay, what's it gonna take to take this off your hands?" And he responded and said, oh, $100 bills. And I was like, that is like the smoothest, coolest thing to say in that situation. I
Yeah,
feel like,
love that. I'm gonna use it. I'm using it.
yeah, everybody steal it. I mean, it's not mine to give, but take it.
Yeah, I it's mine now. Oh man.
um, what is going on? Like, what grades are your kids in right now?
So they are in third and second grade. Like they just got done with parent teacher conferences today, and they're doing a lot better than they have been. They've been they usually get like A's, B's, C's, and but
Hmm.
very consistently they have been getting F's in their homework and reading logs.
Oh no.
They either don't do their homework, or me and Shan don't sign it because I think it's stupid that we have to sign the homework every single day. And so part of me is a little often, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like, why am I having to do homework every single day? My kids don't need to know it. They already know their stuff. And so like they'll be having like all A's and B's, and then they'll have an F in homework. But I finally am like, okay, I will sign it, and our kids no longer have F's in homework for like the first time ever.
Wow. They
Oh,
they finally sent the message to you of like conform.
pretty much. Like it was Lainey coming to me, and she's like, "Yeah, Mrs. My teacher told me that if like my mom and dad don't sign it, that she's okay because she sees that I'm doing my homework anyways." Like, oh my gosh, the teacher thinks that we are terrible parents. We're awful. I need to get on this.
um did so what does a parent teacher conference like look like for second and third grader? I don't know. I don't have one.
It's like 15 minutes. You go and you sit down with the teacher. They go over grades. They go over like goals that they have. We really like our kids' teachers this year. Like Lainey's teacher matches her energy so hard. Like
Mhm.
like my little girl, she is spunky as hell. Like
Mhm.
she's a spitfire. She says some of the craziest stuff. She's loud. Like she's incredible. And this
Mhm.
gives it right back. And it's amazing.
Good.
Like interact, and like Lainey loves her. Like yeah, it's a lot of it is there's a lot of laughing involved, weirdly. Like a lot
Mhm.
of laughing. Just they got fun teachers.
Hmm. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
What did you think of last week's Survivor like heart-wrenching storyline?
Oh my gosh. Was like the one with Camilla, which no
No,
way.
it was the one with Eva and Joe.
Oh my god. Okay. I I lost it for a good 20 minutes. Like I was sitting in my car before work, trying to dissociate before I go in. And right, I'm about to go and try and like help people through their crisis, and I can't make it through this episode. Like I couldn't stop. I turned it off, and
Oh no.
I can't stop. And I'm trying to talk to myself to try to calm myself down. I'm like I can't breathe as I'm doing it.
Oh
Like
no.
it was so emotional for me. Like it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get emotional over it cuz I mean, maybe I have no soul. But
I like that's I'm the emotional one. I am the cry. I will cry at anything. Like I've cried at half the Disney movies out there, like all the new ones. I'm crying in pretty much every one, so like it's not a surprise. Like,
fair, fair. I'm not good at like I probably should be better at crying at movies, but I do cry in restaurants, so I feel like that makes up for it.
I don't think I've ever cried in a restaurant, but like pretty much anywhere else, I've cried 100%. Like I cry a lot.
Yeah. I don't really maybe it's one of those things like in front of a group of people if I have to cry like I don't love it, but I will do it.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I don't enjoy doing it either. I generally try to stop it, and it doesn't happen. And I mean, my kids make fun of me for it, even though like my daughter is right there crying with me, like for it. Like, girl, you cried at Little Mermaid. Like, we can't. Like, we're not playing this
That's
game.
awesome.
She cried at the very when she chose to leave, like to be a human, and she's like, she's never gonna see her family again. She was really mad at Ariel, actually.
Yeah. Colin cries at movies sometimes too. And for like the first like maybe 6-ish years of our relationship, I would just kind of like laugh at him like I'm really bad. But then eventually like I got more in touch with my feelings, I guess, and now I sometimes cry too, but it's not as often.
You gotta get in touch with those emotions. Like, I do. Like, that. I'm a therapist. You have
I
to
I
cry.
know. I think I got, I don't know, maybe working in mental health like maybe ruined me or something. But
Yeah.
I feel like so many of the mental health things I just do as second nature, so I don't really think about it. Like yesterday at the end of the podcast I was on, they were like, "What do you do for your mental health?" And I was like, "Well, my husband and I have a really good relationship. We just talk about things and it makes me feel better and I get things off my chest and then I keep things organized and as organized as I can and I make lists." Like I'm like, that's a stupid answer. Why did I say that? But it's like everything is already second nature to me. Like I don't even think about like self-care things as much cuz I like just do them. Like I don't think about it. I don't know.
Damn, you're like a really like functional adult. That's crazy. How do you do it?
I don't know. I think I'm just secretly running away from being a child still because I didn't want to do that anymore.
And no, like you would think that like therapists that we would be really good at doing self-care and taking care of our mental health. I can almost guarantee you that your therapist is the worst at taking care of their own mental health. Like I with them, I am one. We are terrible at it.
I mean, I did work in mental health for a long time and I know a lot of therapists and I can confirm.
Yeah, we're not great. I just started therapy again. Like, and I love my new therapist. She's like 2 sessions in, already calling me on my bullshit, and so it's kind of
Aw, good.
like I need that.
How do you go about picking, like, what do you think is the best way to pick a therapist?
Um, like I use Psychology Today. Like, kind of go search around, but really, like this is gonna sound so cliche, but it's the vibe of the therapist. Like you won't really know until you go in and talk with them.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say give it a couple, like give it 1 or 2 sessions, but if you're not vibing within one of those first 2 sessions, like go pick a new therapist. Like don't waste time. Like if you're not vibing, go find a new one.
What does it feel like to vibe with a therapist? Because sometimes I feel like people are like, say that, but then it's like very vague. So if
Yeah.
someone is like looking for a therapist, they might not know what a vibe would feel like.
Hmm. I guess it's someone that you feel comfortable opening up to. And I'm not saying like you need to open up right away, like we as therapists are not expecting you to open up right away, but it's just someone that makes you feel comfortable enough to share, to feel things. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's someone like you can just, I don't know. It's like a friend. It's almost like a friend, but like a friend that you're paying,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you're not going anywhere. And like I don't know. It's hard to know, but like after like the first session with this new therapist, I just like knew I'm like I get like such good vibes. Like there's just something about you. Like I feel good. Like you hit me, and I want to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
you got like I'm emotional, and you got me to cry in the first session, and I do want to come back. So like I will see.
As like on the other side, since that is your profession, not me having a text message and forgetting to turn my sound off. Um, since you are a therapist and that is your profession, have you ever like not felt the vibe with somebody, but they kept coming to you and you like had to tell them it wasn't working out from the therapist side?
Yeah, like and the thing is like you you know how to do it in a way where it's like not hurting them. And the thing is like you may think like as a therapist I'm like I thought I would like be breaking up with somebody, but the moment I would started that conversation with them, they're like, oh no, I was feeling that too, I just didn't know how to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of those that like you both kind of know that it's not working. And so, like, learning you have to be confrontational. I am really good at being confrontational in my job.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, kind of known in my office for being like very upfront,
Mm-hmm.
which like not like me at all. Like, won't like there's a giant, like I told you, there's a giant ass hair in our food. I'm like, I'm not saying it, but like I 100% tell you on your bullshit.
Well, I think it's a skill set too, because like as a person who's not a therapist but has worked in mental health, like I can look at somebody and be like, that's your pattern. And that's like a skill set that I know how to pick out and to be like super confident in like this is my thing that I'm good at and I know that that's what's happening. And so I feel like that is a little bit different than like approaching the situation of like being confrontational with someone that they're doing their job and you have to like tell them they're doing a bad job. Like I feel like it's different because like you have a skill set that you're using and confident in.
That's so true. Like it is a skill set to be able to confront somebody in a very tactful way, to be able to
Mm-hmm.
like and let them know like, hey, what you're doing is not benefiting you or people around you. Like kind of say
Yeah.
that like I know like I got you, I support you, I understand how you're feeling about this. The emotions are real, I get it. But can we see how this behavior is kind of screwed up? Can
Yeah.
we see like how this is damaging? And there's like it is a very tactful way. And like what I've found like with clients that aren't vibing, they they are scared to say that most of the time. Clients that are coming in, they are scared to say that because they don't want to hurt our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to offend us, and so they'll ghost us. They will just stop coming, and I'm like, it's just so much better just to have that conversation. One, so that they can finally have that conversation and learn that like, hey, conflict is okay. Like I can have these, and it's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
And you get them to advocate for themselves a little bit because I do how I usually do it. I question it. I'm like, this is what I'm feeling. I'm curious, like what you're feeling here. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you're different off base, I apologize, and we'll keep going. But I mean, I've only had that conversation I think twice, and both times they were like, yeah, no, we feel the same, and I'm able to help them find a therapist who's a better fit. Because like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be the best therapist for everybody.
Yeah. That was something that was hard for me whenever I was in that field is like you're never going to be the best at that job because there's a best for everyone. And
Right.
so like for me, I was like I'm I can't have people pleasing tendencies, so I want to like make sure that I'm the best at my job that anyone's ever been at that job because that makes me feel like I'm worth existing.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
so then to like not ever to like come to grips with the fact that you're not ever going to be the best,
Mhm.
that was like it had to be something that I had to figure out in order to like not hate it, my life.
It's hard. It is really hard. Like I don't know. I picked this line of work thinking I don't know. I came into it very naive, thinking like I'm
Mm-hmm.
huge difference. And like my first job was working for a homeless shelter, and I
Mm-hmm.
was working with single men,
Mm-hmm.
and the programs that were available, if you were not in a family or a veteran, there was like no funding at all. And so it was
Mm-hmm.
literally impossible. And so, like, in my year of working for this homeless shelter, I got two people into housing. And it was a big deal. Everyone's like, nice job for getting those two people in. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like, there's just not a lot of big wins like that. You kind of have to look at successes in other ways. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this person trust us more, or over this last year, are they willing to engage with you more? You gotta like find those little wins because you're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be the best. There is no best.
Yeah. Well, I learned that there is a best for everyone and everyone is an individual.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I like run into that with podcasting all the time. That's like a lesson that I learned earlier in life. Um, but I run into that with podcasting, and podcasters want to be the best podcast for everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
I have to like I try to reframe it for them and be like, I get that my podcast is not going to be for you because maybe you're just not my crew, you know?
Right.
Like
Right.
but like maybe I'm not your crew, but that's okay because there is a podcast for everyone. And that's what's so cool about podcasting is that like every it's so individualized. Like everyone can have their own thing. And that's what I like. I don't know. I
Yeah,
find a home in that space.
absolutely. You find that niche, and that's what you're successful in. Like that's how you become successful. Like being a general thing for everybody, you're not gonna find success there. Like
Yeah.
you specialize. Like I get that as a therapist. Like I wanted, like starting out, I'm like, I want to specialize in depression, anxiety, trauma, ADHD, that like, and the list went on. I had everything. I'm like I want to attract everybody. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, I'm not great at all of these things, but these things I do work really well with. And the
Mm-hmm.
more that I like focus in on those couple things, I feel so much more confident. And
Mm-hmm.
like those people will come to me, and like I feel like we're actually doing really good work because like that's what I'm good at.
Mm-hmm. So
The
toot
hard-
your horn. What are you good at?
So I like my specialties that I really focus in on. Like number one is trauma. Like I do a lot of trauma work with like do EMDR, lots of
Mm-hmm.
like lots of trauma there.
EMDR scares me.
It's a little scary. I love EMDR. Like I really love it. Like it is scary and it can get really intense if it's not done by the right people. And
Mm-hmm.
like my job where we at, like everybody in the office is trained in EMDR, and like our director, she is one of the only like facilitators for training like EMDR people, like for training EMDR therapists in the state. And so like we have like in office training all of the time. And so
Mm-hmm.
like, I got really lucky there because like we really get to know EMDR very well.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, it does amazing things.
Yeah. I fully have seen it do amazing things for other people, but I just got a little scared.
It's scary. It's scary. Like for us to be, like to do EMDR, to be trained in it, we have to practice real EMDR on ourselves, like with each other, and it's so it have to bring up like real scenarios, like nothing's
I
huge.
cannot.
It's
That would scare me so bad.
oh, it's terrifying. Like they tell us like don't bring up anything too big, but then that's going to bring up some emotion to practice. And I thought that I picked something mild, and both because there's 2 weekends of training, both times that I did it, the facilitator's like, okay, we're gonna stop there. That's something that you should probably process in your individual therapy. I'm like, I'm sitting here crying. I'm like, we can't stop now. What? So like
Oh no.
do that. I'm the only one. Like lucky me, because I'm an emotional person. Yeah,
Well, you made it through.
it's hard. But yeah, I guess so. Definitely trauma. Trauma's like probably the big one, and then I do a lot of AD work with ADHD and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of like religious faith transition. So
Mm-hmm.
because like here in Utah, lots of people are leaving the LDS Church, and
Mm-hmm.
so like I do help. Like that's one of my specialties too, is doing that because that in itself is traumatic.
Yeah.
So like I think
Yeah.
those are the three that I definitely advertise for and specialize in.
Yeah. I was just thinking well, I was having a conversation about like um what it's like to faith transition out of the Mormon church. And like I feel like one of the hardest things is that like when you're in the Mormon church, like they like all of your entire culture that
Mm-hmm.
you have and like your cultural identity is being a Mormon. So when that doesn't happen anymore, it's like who am I as a person?
Yeah,
And what is my cultural identity? And so that's like so hard to navigate.
it is really hard to navigate. Like I don't think a lot of people realize like how big of a deal it is because
Mm-hmm.
like in like the LDS Mormon culture, it is like a whole lifestyle, a whole culture about
Mm-hmm.
you give that up and like you lose so much. Like it's not an easy decision
Yeah.
for people like me and my wife like we were really in it. Like we both went to be we met at BYU Hawaii. We
Mm-hmm.
served together. We got married in the temple. Like, we did everything. And so
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't easy for us to leave. And honestly, like, this is like the first time that I think I'm saying like this like publicly out into like the universe. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my family, we don't talk about things. Everything's like under wraps. We don't talk about anything. So I think they all know, at least, well, my sisters, I've talked to them directly, but my parents, like, never had like a real conversation where I'm like, yeah, we don't go anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
like, oh,
But you like that's that well, because I was having the conversation with my sister, and like I'm in the same situation. Like I don't talk to my parents who because not all my parents are in the church, but like I don't talk to my parents about it because it's like I get stressed about it. Like but like my sister, I'll talk to her about it, and that's who I was talking to about the cultural identity. And she was like, well, what's the big deal? Like, why are you so attached to like having your name like on the record? And I'm like, well, does it not make sense to you? Like it's my cultural identity. Like what if there's like a number of reasons like I like letting go of that to me like I don't want to let go of that because that's my connection to like who I am as a person. And then also like there's the whole like family aspect of it that if you did it like your entire family would like not want to talk to you and then you're just like off on your own. And there's also like I I I, I don't know. It's just it's too much. So I'm
it's
like, I don't think that that is a thing that I need to do, and it doesn't hurt me in any kind of way. In fact, I really enjoy when visitors come from the church. Like, if you want to come over to my house, come hang out with me. Sure, that sounds great. Like,
right.
so
Like,
I don't know.
yeah, it's weird because like I'm the same way. Like, I'm never going to be mean to missionaries, and like me, like
Hmm.
I did that for 2 years. Like, I know how hard that is. So like 100%, I will talk to you. I will tell you like, no, like I'm not part of the church anymore. Like, I served a mission, did the whole thing. Like, I know everything you're about to do, but like come and like absolutely like, do you need a drink of water? Like,
Yeah. Do you want a snack?
right.
One of the things that if a missionary came over, like I would, I don't know, I've like been wanting to work up the courage, but like, do you want to use my phone to call anyone? Like,
Yeah. Yes. Like, yes, now like they have like weekly phone calls or something like that. Like, they have some like or Skype calls or something. Like, they have way more contact than we had.
yeah.
It's
But
crazy.
also they have like a list of people they can call.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes
It's
sense.
still locked down, but
Yeah. I mean, I only got to talk to them 4 times ever, and
yeah.
on 3 of those times, my family's gonna hate me for saying this, but like I called them and they're like, "Hey, this is a bad time. Can you call back in a little bit?" Like, okay,
I get to call you literally twice a year.
right? Like, here. So this my very first phone call. So I had left on my mission in October, and we had a dog, and she was like the sweetest dog. I loved her to death. Her name was Fergie, and like the whole time as I would ask about her in every email, how's Fergie doing? They'd like they tell me, oh, she's great, she's doing awesome. And then Christmas phone call. So that's literally like 3 months later, the first time I get to talk to my family. My parents start the phone call out and like, hey Trevor, we got some news for you. And I'm like, oh no, like I thought my grandma had died. They're like, Fergie, she died. And I lost it. And I asked him one, she literally died the Sunday after I left. And
Oh my gosh.
like several months when I would like they were telling me like she was fine, she's doing great. I'm like, why?
They
Why?
were writing you letters and telling you your dog was good, but it was dead?
She was dead. Like,
Oh
she was,
no.
and so like my Christmas phone call, like my one phone call that I get months, I get told that my dog died.
I'm so sorry. That is so horrible. I want
Right?
to laugh, but only because I'm uncomfortable.
I laugh about it now. Like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, why did you tell me? Like, and I don't. It's just I don't know. We're not great at talking about things, and I think my family's like, we didn't want to like ruin the mood of you on your mission. I'm like, so you ruin like one of 4 phone calls that I get with you, and
Hmm.
like, okay, like I guess I get the logic. I don't know.
have just written this in a letter.
Yeah, like please, like put it in an email. This did not have to be a whole meeting. This did not have to be a phone call. Put it in an email. It's fine. I will read it and get through it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so sorry that happened.
It's fine. It's fine. Like stuff happened. I got him back later on though. Like
Yeah.
towards the end of my mission, I was mowing a lawn and I've told you this.
I knew
story.
about this. Well, I remember when I was in your like email chain when it happened.
That's when my family found out about it too. But like the mission had tried to like get in touch with them, but they were on vacation and weren't answering their phone. And
Wait, you didn't tell everybody what happened?
yeah, they were trying to because like my mission.
No, you didn't tell the listener, like the people on the podcast.
Oh, sorry. Because so what happened was I was mowing this lawn, and you know, I was in flip flops, so just like, to set the scene here.
Just as a PSA, don't mow the lawn with flip flops on.
Don't do it. Like it had just rained the day before because it was New Zealand, and there was this little strip of grass that was like just wide enough for the lawnmower, and I'm like, I don't want to like mow side to side, and so I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like do a quick up and down this hill and get it done, right? Like, in my brilliant idea, like it was gonna be super fast, but in that process, I slipped and my foot slid under the lawnmower and chopped my big toe off. Like. It wasn't like all the way off. Like, I'm sorry for any listeners that might be squeamish, but like it was held on by like the top part of my skin, blood vessels.
I like you sent pictures and I like see them in my head right now. I think that was a core memory.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It was not. I did not feel anything. Like I didn't think anything was wrong, but I tried to stand up. And I fell down, and I'm like, oh, that was weird. And then I look down, and I see blood. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And my companion, he's freaking out. Like I think he's having a straight up panic attack. So I'm like calming him down, like, hey, like I think I'm all right. So we call an ambulance. An ambulance stops by. We wave them down, and the first one that came by was like, hey, we're actually on another call. Like, there's another one coming. So like, that's okay.
Oh, no. This is like a theme in your life.
It really is, right? You wonder why I needed therapy? Do you think I wonder why I'm a therapist now? So you get there, the ambulance guy gets there, and he's like, so what happened? Like, so my foot slid on a lawnmower, and he's like, okay, can you wiggle your toes for me? And when I did, like, my toe, like, flipped up, landed, and that's when I realized, like, oh shit. This isn't good. Like, the blood's everywhere. I'm like, okay. This is bad. My companion's freaking out even more, and the people for me is like, okay, I gotta make him feel better. So I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's cool. I like put my toe back down with my finger. And I'm like comforting my companion. Over to the ambulance myself. Like, I legit like hopped over myself because I'm like, I'm fine. Been a week in the hospital, 4 surgeries. Like, everything's fine. I just will never be able to bend my big toe at the joint anymore.
Oh no! Just the last time, whenever it flipped up backwards.
Yeah, like that was the last time it ever been. So like, yeah, it was like this joint here, and honestly, like it went right through the joint. Like no bone was broken. It like hit in like the most perfect spot. So like they were able to just kind of.
Did you have to like do physical therapy to relearn how to walk?
No. Okay. This is what the mission did. Okay. So I get out of the hospital and I get put in an area that had a car.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to take the car away because
you have no toe.
I was on frickin' crutches for the last like 4 months of my mission. What, like, my mission president told me that if they could have got a hold of my family right away, that they would have sent me home to recover, but because they couldn't, they were just gonna keep me. Like,
That's so awful.
Like, you don't need to tell me this. And
Oh
then
my
he
gosh.
tell me, he's like, your stay at the hospital could have paid for 4 missionaries, like entire missions. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I was still in that, but like I am so
Just
sorry.
the more trauma just keeps piling on. Like your pattern just keeps more.
Oh, I know. I don't know what it is about me. I'm learning to not do that anymore. To not just like accept that. Like it's not okay.
Good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyway, but did so they always say like if you need all of your toes in order to balance correctly. Do you have bad balance now?
I don't think so. I've like I don't think so. I run a little weird now. Like, I don't know, there's that place where you can go like get new running shoes and they like have you run.
Mm-hmm.
And went there last year and the guy's like, I honestly don't know what's going on here. I'm like, let me tell you. Here's the
I cut my toe off.
my toe got chopped off. They sewed it back on. I can't. So like, yes, I run wonky on this side. This side I overcompensate. I'm screwed up. Like, if you can't help me, you can't help me. Just give me a pair of shoes. I'm fine.
I'll just slap some Walmart booties on there.
I just don't run.
Me either.
Yeah. I used to do track and cross country. That's what I did in high school. And I can't, I mean, I can barely walk 2 miles at this point.
Oh no.
That's bad. I'm so out of shape.
Aren't we all? I mean,
Yeah.
If you work at a desk office.
Like, we say that, but like, Shan, like 2 years ago, ran a half marathon.
Yeah.
Like we say, like, yeah, people are out of shape. Like, no, like, not a lot of people in my, they're all like crazy in shape people, work out all the time. And
I also live in Utah. I feel like people in Utah are obsessed with fitness more than culturally other places.
It's very true. That's very true. I wish I was.
I'm just not.
Like one day, like that's my ADHD. Like one day I will. I have a gym membership. Like
Me too. And there's even like a indoor walking track, and that's my favorite part of a gym. And I don't use it. I probably should. I should go on my lunch break, but I just don't take lunch breaks.
Yeah, same. Like why take a lunch break when I could just like overwork myself and burn myself out? Like,
Same.
like why?
Why not?
Right? Like I'll just go home completely exhausted, questioning every decision I have in my life, and then I'll get up the next morning and do it again.
But for some reason, that feels easier than walking on a track and getting your feels out.
So much
I don't know
easier.
what is going on with my eye, but it is. I keep like like I don't know. Like at the end of the day, I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but like at the end of the day, sometimes I have like oily skin that the oil just like drips into my eye and it stings.
I legit yesterday and I thought I was crazy. Like I'm like I don't like it's my eye is. Why is my eye stinging? Like
yeah. I mean, I don't have like overly oily skin. I don't know why, but just sometimes at the end of the day, she doesn't feel great in her eyeball.
I'm finding mine is usually I haven't washed my hair in a long time. Oh. How long it is, and so like the grease from my hair is like.
You're right. You're totally right. Because I've been doing things after work and like not showering. Well, I shower. I shouldn't have said that. I don't wash my hair, and I have been in the habit of washing my hair every day, and I used to be in the habit of not washing my hair once twice every 2 weeks, but I feel like I can't do that in a humid environment the same way I could in a dry environment because life is different here.
No, that I don't know if I could do it. I know I like the dry environment here. I will say I'm allergic to sagebrush, and so like this dry environment over here in Utah kind of sucks sometimes.
No, I'll tell you, it's the like pollen. It like creates a yellow film over everybody's car here. That's how crazy the pollen is. So your allergies will be much worse here. I guarantee you.
I choose death. Like at that point, like I choose death.
That's a little dramatic, but
No, like I told you, I'm emotional. I'm a dramatic human. Like I choose death.
That I
Like,
like I don't know. I get used to it. Like I don't have allergies that bad for plants, but I do for animals.
mm, that's honestly so sad.
Yeah, I know. Because I love animals and it doesn't stop me from petting them. And the like we have emotional support animals that come to work. And so I get to pet dogs at work and it's so lovely.
Love that so much.
Really, it's just dogs from the shelter that need socialization.
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
just call it emotional support dogs.
yeah. You know what? Those dogs, they're fun, but like from a distance.
No, they only bring the nice ones.
Okay, good, good.
Mm. Today, she was she only liked girls, but for some reason, um, like I think I was like the first female she saw this morning, so she was like timid about me. But then after that, every other person she went to, she was like so excited about it.
I love that.
Yeah, she was really sweet. Anyway, I pet a dog today.
I am so jealous. Actually, I pet a dog today too. One of my clients has like a psych dog that she's
Aw,
allowed to pet because I'm the therapist. So
that's actually good.
I know he's so sweet.
Aw, cute. I told yesterday I was on another podcast and I told them about like how I lived in Hawaii and the guy went on he started talking about the haka and I was like I don't actually know that much about it, but my guest that I'm talking to tomorrow does because he had it at his wedding. So he was like, "Will you have him talk about the haka on your podcast so that people can know?" And I was like, "Sure." So I have to ask you about that. I'm obliged.
Okay. I am so sorry for all of my people in New Zealand. Like, I'm probably going to butcher this. But like, the haka is a very traditional dance to show like celebration, love, admiration. It for the person that you're doing it for. It's a very respectful thing. It's a really, I know, it's one of them for me, like really emotional to watch. I mean, I talk about emotions a lot, but probably like every time I see a
So is the
haka.
Little Mermaid. It's fine.
Not he was like 3 years old crying at it, just like she'll never say her. Anyways, but it like
Sorry, I derailed you.
no, it's ADHD. There's no derailing. I just get right back on. You're good. But yeah, it's really like it's a very emotional thing. Like there's a lot of passion behind it, and so it's a huge sign of respect to have a haka perform for you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at BYU Hawaii, I think this was after. It was after when I went back after my mission. I was part of the New Zealand club, the Kiwi club, and did was part of like culture night. And
Hmm.
so this night where you do like all these different countries and all these different cultures do a performance for the entire school. And so like I was part of that and did a did a haka for it, and it was really fun. Like I loved
Hmm.
it. It was a very yeah very emotional experience.
Hmm. The thing I remember is that you had one at your wedding.
Yep, had on my wedding. It was my wife's family did it for us. Like
Hmm.
and it's like a sign of respect, sign of just yeah, we love you, we care about you, and we want to show you like our respect here. It looks really intense.
Hmm.
Like Aka specifically looks really intense.
Hmm.
Um, but really like it's just emotional. Like there's just a lot of emotion that goes into it.
It's kind of cool because like it like shows that ancestrally, culturally, we used to be more in touch with our emotions in a different way. Like we could express it in dance, and we do it now, but just like I feel like now it's not the same as it was. Like
No,
a
it's not.
part of everyday life.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like what is that called? Not fantasizing, but where you like lift something up.
Oh, romanticizing.
Romanticizing. Yeah, maybe I'm romanticizing it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, something that I really love about New Zealand is that they are, I think, out of any place that I've ever been, is still like they are still trying so hard to keep like the culture alive there, and
Hmm.
so like out, it's like I love New Zealand for that. Like one of the many reasons why I love New Zealand. But like they really do try to keep the culture as strong as possible there. And so getting a lot more traction now, and it's beautiful to see because you don't see that a lot here in America.
Yeah. I would agree with that. At least maybe not like in maybe there are parts of America that does happen, but in from the vantage point of whenever I grew up, I didn't feel like I had like that much connection to any sort of cultural heritage.
Same. Like, yeah, I was told growing up that we were like my great grandma was a Native American. Well, we did the ancestry like DNA stuff, and I am 0%. Got his back and 0% Native American, and they are convinced that it's wrong. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think we are. Have you seen me? Like, we're white.
Yeah, right.
We're white.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I agree.
It's funny though. Like my daughter, like she's whiter than I am, and we don't know how it happened. Like we don't get it. Like she's our little white girl. She looks like Shan, except she's a white skinned Shan.
Yeah.
we don't know where from.
Genetics are funny like that.
They're so funny. I don't understand. Yeah.
Anyway, well, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that you didn't get to talk about today?
Not really, no. Like, stay tuned for next time. Like, I told myself that I was going to get, like, I've been wanting to get, like, my business, like, Instagram page up, like, therapist. It's something I've been talking about for, like, a year and a half now. And
do it.
Half ago when we first started talking about doing this, I was like, okay, I'm going to get a page set up so, like, when I get on the podcast that I'm going to have something to promote. I don't have it because, like, it's my tomorrow project. I'm committing now. I'm saying this to the world, so I have to like commit to this. By the next time I'm back, I will have a page up.
Yeah, so, do it.
It's gonna happen.
Just push. Record. I don't know. That's what I tell the podcasters, but it kind of works for videos and Instagram too.
It does. We'll see. I need to just do it. It's simple.
Yeah.
Like, the amount
well, I mean, you have a skill set that you can share with people and change people's lives. So I think you should.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll see.
Okay, you've committed. I believe in you. You can do it.
Thank you. I need that.
Well, it was super fun having you on, and I'm awful at ending this podcast, so I'm just gonna say thanks for coming. Love you. Bye.
Bye.